It's been an unusual hurricane season. All the signals and all the forecasts called for above average activity, even hyperactive season. The one place that stayed active is the Gulf of Mexico. Helene was the 8th named storm at the time. 6 of those had occurred in the Gulf, and 4 of those made landfall in the Gulf of Mexico. We first noted the potential for Helene back on the 17th in the hurricane forecaster's log. As the storm was moving through the Yucatan Channel, winds were well aligned to send a south swell up to Alabama and the Florida Panhandle.
Woke up around 5:30, checked the cams more, Pensacola Beach, and there was signs of swell in the water, but there was a ton of water because it was high tide and we getting some surge from Helene. We knew what was coming, basically. The swell was going to hit right at dark or peak later on. So we kind of waited around, drank our coffee and all that. We checked the 42012 buoy right at like 5 p.m. It was 8 feet at 12 seconds.
Once it was in the Gulf of Mexico, there was no holding back on Helene. Steady and rapid intensification led it to become a Cat 4 just shortly before landfall.
We had an absolutely killer day down here in Lower Alabama. Started the morning out in Dolphin Island, and everybody in the parking lot was just fired up and ready for the day. We kind of waited around a little while, and then our phones started lighting up. My buddy Channing texted me, he was like, dude, you got to get down there. So hopped in the truck, hit the road. It did not disappoint. I mean, I've never seen waves like that in South Alabama. Just barrel after barrel after barrel.
Now this next one.
So right at dark, that's when it got good.
That was the best wave I've ever seen. We go left. Where are we?
Boys were sitting on the back of the trucks, just booting boys into waves.
Certified Senior Forecaster Jonathan Warren here. It is Thursday afternoon. I'm here on the Treasure Coast. It's the east coast of Florida. Hurricane Helene over there in the Gulf, moving towards the north. We have strong, ripping south winds on this side of the state.
It's boring.
This is the not glorious part of facing a hurricane. The parts of it suck.
Hurricane Helene made landfall 250 miles east of Alabama. as a Cat 4 storm with 120 knot winds. Being on the west side or the good side of the storm, Alabama and the Florida Panhandle saw northerly offshore winds. You hear a lot about the dirty side or the clean side of the storm. You generally don't want to be on the east or the northerly side of the eye. That's the direction the storm is heading. That's typically where the most damage and the strongest winds occur. In this case, that was West Florida, which saw the southerly and westerly onshore winds.
All right, well, here we are, Hurricane Helene's aftermath, Indian Rocks Beach, Florida. We surfed up in Alabama the other day. The waves were fun, but really not worth it. I would rather not rode the waves I rode and have to do the work we gotta do now, but